Hey y'all. Hey Star fam, how we doing? How we doing? I feel like I met a bunch of you guys because we were living through something historic. And I feel like since then, we just continue to live through historic things. And I'm telling you, I'm tired. I'm tired of living through historic events. I'm tired. I'm so tired. How are you guys doing? Before we get into me, how are you guys doing? Let's see who's here. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, since I moved out to LA, it's been one thing after another. I just feel like if I was in Philly, none of this stuff would happen. I feel like I'm the problem. I'm the problem. Hey, Elise. Elise said, "Hey, Nikki, I hate that you're not on set, but I hope that the Star family can make you smile. I am proud of your union for standing for all of you. Thank you so much." Hey, Diva Law. Hey, Lorena D. Brooklyn. What's up? Aloha. Hey, Greta. Hey, Black Lavender. Hey, Tia Via. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Hey, Vodka. How are you? Hey, Blue Jay. Hey, JL. Hey, Simply Simone. Hey, Missy. How are you guys? Thank you so much for being here. Yes, support the writers. They've been at this longer. Like, this is what, day one? Day one for the dramatics, right? Day one for the dramatic people. Hey, realities. How are you? Hey, Kiki. Hey, Q Love Awaken. Hey, Stella. Hey, Sierra. You're so sweet. How are you? Hey, Manti. Hey, Busola. Hey, Toya Dora. What's up? Hey, Julia Jackson. Thank you. Hey, Naive Evian. I'm all right. I'm all right. How are you? How are you? Hey, Candace. Hey, Denard. Hey, Leah. We shall we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Someday soon. Deep in my heart. Hey, Adore Mimi. Hey, Janelle. Janelle said, "This is crazy. Why do y'all go on strike? Why do y'all have to go on strike for them to pay y'all?" Well, we're going to get into it. We are going to get into it. A lot of you are asking how you can support me. I'll talk about that too. Reality said, "I'm on strike with you, boo." Listen, it's like every union is going on strike, which I kind of anticipated something like this just because we're in a recession right now. We haven't gotten to the deepness of it yet, but we're getting there and we're getting very close. And the middle class and the working class, especially the poor, is just, we're overwhelmed. It's too much, and people need to make money to be able to survive in a capitalist nation that is the United States of America. And if you raise prices on things but you don't raise people's pay, you get things like a recession, and then you get things like the Great Depression. And we have learned from history, and we're just not going to do that again. So thank God for unions. I support all unions except for the police union. Hallelujah. They can choke. Hey, that one Shaw. That one Shaw said, "Almost missed you. I wanted to hear about the strike." We will absolutely get into it. Yeah, Greta, we didn't think this would happen. To be quite honest with you, SAG was blindsided. Absolutely blindsided. I am Rachel said, "I was watching Michaela's video explaining the reason behind the strike. Explaining the reason behind the strike is in is beneficial as it helps raise awareness about the issues in the industry." Absolutely. Elise said, "I feel the same way. I found my way to the Star family during the pandemic. This has been a large support system during hard times." Yes, yes, I'm so glad that we were able to make this community. Lord, I need it now. Dahlia said, "Hey, y'all, I had to check a couple of commenters when SAG after announced the strike. They seem to think all actors are rich," which is not true. A very small minority of actors are rich. And those that are rich are wealthy. The rest of us are working class. The rest of us are working class. Hey, Jutley. Denard said we millennials have been through so many historical events. It's exhausting. Yeah, it's truly tiring. I'm tired. Millennials need a break. Janelle said, when I saw some actors saying they only get 56 from their checks, I felt so sad. It's ridiculous. The industry just takes advantage of us. Blue Moon said, hey, Nikki, I just remember that it's always the darkest right before the dawn. Amen. I receive it. Simply Simone said, waiting on set to put out an official statement for content creator protocols because we're all running around with our heads cut off all day. Same, Simply Simone. Thank you. I am Rachel. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Nona. Thank you. Hey, Roselle. Yep. Listen, it's going to be difficult. Like strikes are supposed to be a huge inconvenience for all around. Um, but the people who normally strike are the ones who have been inconvenienced the most. Um, hey, Dr. M, how are you? JS said at this point, America just needs to strike. JS, I think that's happening. I think that's happening. Yes. I just wanted to get everybody in here, say hi to everybody first before I go into my monologue. Toya said inflation is rising and wages are stagnant. I can see more unions and workers striking out of necessity. Absolutely. Manti said it feels like the world is going through a shift in the UK. There have been healthcare, transport, teaching, and airport strikes, to name a few. Yep. It's. I feel like it's just going to be nationwide and worldwide, and it needs to happen. I am Rachel said fair compensation, health benefits, creative rights and control, residuals, and job security. You deserve it. You all deserve it all. Thank you so much. Hey, Christina. Christina said we will support you to get your YouTube coins during this time. Thank you. That's another thing that I wanted to talk about. Because I'm still waiting to hear from SAG about what I can do with this channel. Dahlia said, so if the creatives aren't making the money, who's pocketing all the cash? The studios. The studios are the only ones making money, and the stars that they put behind franchises. Reality said, now Gabrielle knows she could have let us know. Glad I had that AEA contract. Yeah, theater is fine. Theater and newscasters, news, they're fine. Momi said, and commercials. Momi said, maybe kind of conspiratorial, but are those media execs fine with the writers and actors striking because they just want an excuse to hurry up and push AI produced acted content? Well, see, this is the thing. They were already doing it, right? And because thankfully our contract expired, so now we can bring AI into conversation, because if our contract did not expire, they would have just done what they needed to do because they're still in contract with us. So I'm glad that the contract expired, but I'm completely disappointed in the studios. Absolutely, everybody's striking. Everybody striking. Yes, it is. And Simone, if you want to come up to talk about that after I finish my little spill, just let me know, and I will send you the link. Brits Britacular said I'm also a part of the film industry, but in New York City, go for locations. Yeah, I saw you guys striking today. That was awesome. Leah B said, if this means you'll be doing more YouTube videos, I have some requests and we'll happily join a membership for them. Get your coins, sis. Thank you. Danielle said, hey, new subscriber, wishing you all the best on the picket line. Thank you, Danielle. Hey, Tracy. Tracy said, listen, we are here to support. Give us the marching orders. We need directions to SAG. As the views, we want to help. Thank you. Diva, thank you. Diva Law said you can support by subscribing and hitting that like button. Thanks. Thank you so much. Momi said, folks are always on strike in my city in Chicago, which is what I love about Chicago. Educators and service workers. I think most folks don't realize that. Yeah, especially in Philly. My God, today, the bus drivers in Philly strike anytime they get a chance. And although it's an inconvenience, fully support them. Jazanova said UPS might go on strike at the end of the month. Yes, workers aren't taking the BS anymore, and they shouldn't. Blue Jay said unions are probably going to be the only way to get people to listen. I'm happy or comfortable and bold to push for more. That's right. Hey, so Steph. Thank you, Eva. Thank you so much. Lifestyle with Abby said the last time this happened, a lot of shows were abruptly canceled and reality TV skyrocketed. The industry hasn't been the same since. I don't see this being different. How will the actors recover? I'm going to highlight that comment so I could come back to it. That one shop says there are no Barbie premieres. They better get it together before December so we can see the color purple carpet. Hopefully, it will not be going on into December, but we have no. We just don't know. We just do not know. But the Barbie premieres and all the Barbie promo, everything, all of that is wrapped up at this point. The actors can no longer, you know, do their due diligence, promote the movie. Hey, Aisha. Busola said, yes, definitely. There are multiple union strikes that happen in Canada as well. Working people need to fight for, sadly, because corporations won't give us our due. Yep. Elise said, so could people make content, get their Google checks, and be on Bravo shows? I want to highlight that comment so I can come back to that. I am absolutely down with that. Please hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram so I can get right back to you. Sierra said, this is so monumental. It is. This is the millennial life. Everything is monumental. The fact that this type of allegiance amongst writers and actors hasn't happened since the 60s should worry these money-hungry studios. They got more than enough to fund everyone. Absolutely. Hey, Miss Bayfang said hello, Nikki.Star in chat. You got to do what you got to do. Hashtag support the strike. Thank you. NTR said, hi, Nikki.Star. Hi, fam. Walking my dog with showing support. Thank you so much. They're going to try to hold out until we starve, until we start losing our homes, until actors and writers have to move back home and leave the industry. And what they're going to do is then manipulate and violate and take advantage of hungry young people, new people, green people, and try to rebuild the industry off of that. And then in another 60 years, it'll be another strike. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're hoping on. That's what they're hoping on. There are some comments that I'm just going to highlight so I could talk about them later. I just wanted to get everybody in here. I'm going to highlight that one. Tiffany said, the panorama opened a lot of people's eyes. Employees aren't taking any more mess. Amen. Amen. Momi said, I think this period will be similar to how the pandemic affected entertainment. A lot of digital content and podcasts were produced, and reality TV was very popular. Absolutely. So I highlight a few comments. If I see some more, I highlight them as well, and then I will come back to that. So I'm just going to be looking at the comments and talking to you guys. So here we go. So first, right off the bat, my union, I'm Nikki, Nikki.Star, and I'm an actor. I am a part of the SAG-AFTRA union. There's currently a writer strike going on with the writers fighting the studios for better wages. Oh, thank you, Missy V. Oh, you're so sweet. Missy B, thank you so much for the Cash App. Missy B said, for having the conversation on how the Star fam can support you. Thank you so much. So the writers first started going on strikes, their strike in May, which I have been supporting. Hello. Wait. Hello. They started their strike in May because they just wanted better wages, and they were not receiving their residuals from the work that they created that are now on streaming services such as Netflix, Amazon, Peacock, all the streamers. So on yesterday at 12, on July 10th, but there was an extension to the 12th. So there was an extension to the 12th for SAG-AFTRA in the studios to come to an agreement on, what new contract are they going to put out forth for the actors? What are we going to agree on, and how are we going to go forward? At 12:01 a.m. On July 13th, the contract expired. And because the contract expired, that's when we decided to go on strike. We had already voted unanimously to strike if what we were requesting from the studios were not met. Here's why it's very emotional right now for my union. We just didn't expect it. We Did not expect it. We thought with the pressure from the writers that the studios were going to um, make reasonable decisions, but they're just not. They're just not. And I knew from jump that the streaming services were going to be a money grab. And I was really pissed off with my union and expressed my issues with them not regulating streaming services. But it was so new. And, streaming services like Netflix were not releasing their numbers, their viewer streams. So we just did not know how many people were watching. They would only try to release it for certain things or certain like big shows like Stranger Things to really, just really garner the audience to not only watch their shows, but, tell other people about it so they can subscribe. But they were not really honestly releasing any of those streaming numbers to our union. So we just didn't know. And the same thing is going on with WGA. So it's a bit emotional right now because we just did not expect it. We just thought with both of these unions, with one union already striking and another union with a potential strike, that the studios would fold, and they didn't. So now we're at the point right now where we're looking at what's happening to writers who are, losing their homes, getting evicted, getting cars repossessed, and having to, people are starting to move out of town now. And to be honest, as an actor, it's fearful. It's very, very fearful because, although you know what's right and you know what you should receive, you don't have the power right now. And it's just very scary, especially if you experience the writer's strike in 2007. It's a very scary time. So it's just very weird, very scary, but we're standing strong. It's only day one. There's a lot of energy, and that's normal. Hopefully, this will not go on as long, and hopefully, the studios will make the right decision with the WGA and SAG-AFTRA, because they can't do it without us. And that's the problem. They think they can, especially with AI, which is why we are here. So, what are we striking about? SAG-AFTRA striking about a myriad of things, mainly our intellectual property. Here is what the studios want to do. They said this just concerning background actors, but we know that they mean this for actors in general. And even if your background, you are an actor, and if you are a part of the union, you are covered by SAG-AFTRA. So what the studios would like to do is scan, and they've already done it. If you've worked background for any of the major studios or any of the streaming services in the last 3 years, your face has already been scanned. They already have your identity, right? So what they want to do, what they were proposing to do, was to take that scanned identity and use it forever while paying that actor for 1 day's worth of work. And it's normally background work. And if your background SAG, you're only getting paid $200. So they wanted to use your image, use your likeness forever in any and all of their productions. So they were basically going to take your identity and put it wherever they could put you saying something on an alien. They could use your image in the background of, major scenes over and over in huge Marvel films, and you would not receive a dime. Another thing that we are fighting for is our residuals. I currently have 2 shows right now on 10 streaming services. They have been running and being streamed on these networks for 3+ years. I have not received a dime. I have not received a dime from any of those streaming services. And that is what's happening with not just actors, also writers. And then you have something like, one of their major shows, which was Orange is the New Black, who literally started Netflix, who helped Netflix get off the ground. A lot of the lead actors were coming out and saying the only residuals they receive from that show is $25. The cast of Orange is the New Black, $25 for a show that made a streaming service $1 billion company. It's ridiculous. Actors and writers are not even asking for what we really could ask for. Now, I'm hoping that the negotiations that my union went to with the table are off the table now, and now they're just going for blood, because this is ridiculous. CEOs of these streaming services and of these studios are making 52 plus billion dollars a year, and they're paying actors $25 for their shows. It's ridiculous. You cannot, I don't care. You can direct a show, you can produce a show, but if you don't have writers, what the hell are the actors going to say? If you don't have talent, who is going to get the story across and emote to the audience to make them want to subscribe to your streaming service? And that is the problem with having untalented people, uneducated people within this industry running networks, because they're running them like the scoundrel businessmen that they are, but they're not talented. They don't know the entertainment industry, they don't know the fan base, and they're just making terrible decisions. That's why your favorite shows are getting canceled, right? You think you have a show that's really popular and you love it and you want to watch it, and you're just like, wait a minute, why did they cancel it after two seasons? It was a really good show. But they don't want these shows to get to 100 episodes, right? Because then, not only if it gets to 100 episodes, you have to pay them residuals, but you also have to pay them a double residual on that, right? So they don't want to put out all of that money, which, to be honest with you, is not a lot, right? The residuals are not that great, especially over an amount of time, right? They don't want shows to get to syndication. They don't want shows to get to the point where they are required residuals. So what they do is they cancel them after one season, they cancel them after a new season, and then they sell it to another streaming service. So they're not paying actors, but they're also tripling their profits by selling it. They constantly are selling these shows to different streaming services. That's why if you see one show on Netflix, you won't see it for the Netflix will take it off, and then next year you'll see it on Amazon Prime, because Amazon has bought this show from Netflix, right? So now, when Amazon is done with the show, when that show is being licensed, now HBO Max or whoever it is, now they want the show, right? So they'll buy the show from Amazon, but also still have to pay Netflix. And who is getting paid for that? The CEOs, not the actors, not the writers, not the director. None of the creatives are making money, just the CEOs. It's ridiculous. You used to be able to have a middle class within SAG-AFTRA, within the actors union, and there's no more middle class anymore. There's not even working class anymore. Now, like, especially with the writers and the actors, we're at impoverished levels. And we all live, because you have to live in one of the most expensive cities in the world, and you're making $70,000. Now, listen, $70,000 might sound like a lot of money. Not in LA, where a one-bedroom apartment is $2,500. It doesn't make any sense. Not in a place where you have to have a car, because this place was built by car companies. They made it so you have to have a car. This place is not walkable. The transportation here is basura. So we just are not able to survive. And as an artist, as a creative, I wish I would have went into something else. I wish I would have loved computers. You know what I mean? I wish I could have done anything else but this, because I'm in such an unstable career that I absolutely chose, right? But I chose it because I love it and I can't walk away from it. I love to create. I love to perform. I love to make people laugh. I love to make people feel good when they watch me. It's something I've loved since I was a kid. It's something that saved me when I was a really depressed kid in a terrible neighborhood, experiencing a really bad divorce with my parents. And I just needed a place to be myself, to find out who I was, and to just be able to express myself. And I found that in acting. I found that in creating. And before my brain was fully developed, I decided to move to LA to pursue this career. Crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. But I love it. I love it. I love being on set. I love I love being at table reads. I love, getting my blocking and standing in. I love performing in front of a live studio audience. I love when they, call your name out, and you run out and the audience who just, watch you probably flub a bunch of lines is just cheering you on. Because even though I messed up some lines, even though I missed a cue, I made them laugh, right? And I gave them some sort of joy. So, yes, I chose this career and I can't unchoose it. I can't. I've tried to do other things. I can't do other things. And that's just how my life is set up. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the decision that I made. I'm not okay with the studios taking advantage of creatives. It sucks. It sucks that we have to strike. I really did not think that was going to be the case. I really did not think that the writers were going to be striking, still striking. I really thought that after 2008, that 2007, 2008, that the studios would make better choices. But it's so much money up for grabs right now. They're just not going to back down. And it's not just my union that's dealing with this. It's not just actors. It's not just writers. It's not just production companies or, production crews. It's healthcare, right? It's UPS. It's, hotel workers. Everybody is being taken advantage of by the wealthy, by these wealthy companies, and we're not getting our just due. So it's going to be a huge inconvenience, but a nationwide labor strike has to happen in the United States of America. It's unfair. The middle class is being crunched. At this point, there will not be a middle class. It'll just be poverty and the rich, and that's unfair. And so, again, I hate being a part of another historic moment, but I'm here. I'm here, and I'm sticking it out. I'm sticking it out. So I'm going to answer some highlighted comments. Lifestyle with Abby said, the last time this happened, a lot of shows were abruptly canceled and reality TV skyrocketed. The industry hasn't been the same since. I don't see this being different. How will the actors recover? Well, this is how the actors recover. The fans, the people who consume this content, they have to stand with the actors. They have to stand with the writers. SAG has not called for it yet. The WGA has not called for it yet. But when they do make that call for you to cancel your subscriptions, please do so. I'll update you guys as this strike goes on. Please do that, because the only way there could be change is if these companies lose money. There won't be any change if they don't. If they don't see themselves losing any money, then they'll just keep on doing what they're doing and crushing the middle guy. Sorry, that's my mom. So things like that. So just support the actors, support the writers as much as you possibly can. Like I said before, I will be on here and, give an instruction as SAG leads out with it. Right now, it's just so new. This is strike day one. Everybody's still trying to figure it out. Is everything okay? Everybody's still trying to figure it out. So, but just support the writers and actors as much as you can. When we say cancel that subscription, please do it. If if you are going to a movie premiere, if you're, going to see something in entertainment and we're there, please don't get frustrated. Either turn around or come and stand on the picket line with us, because we're doing this so that we can continue to do it, right? Like, if you like these people in these films and you want to continue to see them do more, you cannot do it if you cannot make a living off of this. It's absolutely impossible to do this as much as you love it. But if you can't eat off of it, a lot of people walk away from it. I also want to talk about this comment from Lifestyle with Abby. because she says this happened with a lot of the shows that were abruptly canceled and reality TV skyrocketed. Yes. And that's going to happen again. What's first going to happen, and it's already been happening, is that the minority shows, the diverse shows, those are going to be the ones that are going to be canceled. The shows with a Black cast, the shows with a Latino cast, the shows with a Middle Eastern cast, the shows with the disabled cast. Those shows are going to be the ones that go first, because although, this is a liberal town, it's still a very racist industry. So, we are constantly fighting for representation in all forms of decision making in this industry, because it's just needed. If they don't see themselves represented, if they don't see others like us around them, they won't make those decisions. So those people who are different have to be in those places to make them. But because of what's happening now, they're getting rid of those departments, right? They're firing the diversity heads of all of their studios, and they're just dismantling the diversity programs. They are walking back from development deals that they had with creators who were people of color, who are a part of the disabled community, who are of the LGBTQ community. It's always the little guy first, right? It's always the diverse communities that their shows go first. So if you are a part of those communities and you see a lot of your favorite shows being canceled, know that that is why. Know that that is why. Everything always comes down to the division that comes with white supremacy in this nation, because white equals power and equals money. And they are always going to protect those main shows that fit their narrative of an America that looks like something that they feel comfortable living in and reigning in. So support the talents that have had council shows. Support them as much as you can. Support their YouTube channels, their TikToks, their side hustles that they're going to have to start to do, because within this industry, yes, you might think that people make a lot of money, right? But let's say to some, $70,000 is a lot of money. I have to hold on. I can't do anything with that 70,000, right? I have to hold on to that 70,000 until I book something else. Then I can start taking out of that 70,000, because that 70,000 just might be what I make for the year, because I am a contract employee. I work gig to gig. So I might be a series regular on this show, but if this show gets canceled, if Netflix doesn't give it another season, I can't touch this money, because I got to get something else to put in that pot when I'm taking out of this pot. So it's not a 9 to 5. It's not a bi-weekly. It should get one lump sum of money, and you have to be very smart about how you spend that, because that might be the only money that you receive. So that's why a lot of actors are saying, no, we don't make a lot of money, because although it says, oh, this person got paid this much, that's just for that gig. Praise be to God if I get another one, but I can't be flexing until I get something else. And the actors that do make a lot of money are like the big movie stars. Yes, Tom Cruise is making $20 million a film. He's Tom Cruise. He's been in the film industry since he was 15 years old. Of course, he's going to be making that kind of money. But if you're somebody who comes from a minority community, you came out here in your 20s and you're just starting to get your shine, you're not making a lot of money unless you're a series regular, unless you're a lead, unless you are somebody that's signed a deal with one of these big studios, and now you're in a franchise. Those are the people who are flexing. The rest of us ain't. The rest of us are living off of residuals. That's how a lot of us are surviving. I'm in a very tight situation. It would not be this tight if Netflix paid me my money, if Hulu paid me my money, if Peacock paid me my money, if Amazon Prime paid me my money. I would not be, flexing, but I wouldn't be in a tight situation. Probably be middle class, lower middle class, but I'm like firm working class right now. Tethering on impoverished. My God, today. So that's another thing that I wanted to talk about. It's always our shows that go first. The different people. their shows go first. We all lament about UPN and the WB and what that was back in the day and how shows looked back in the day. Whenever the studios are financially crunched, they will cut those shows. They do not care how much money those shows make them. They do not care about the community that supports those shows or wants to see those shows. Good Times. I watched a documentary on Good Times. That show was making so much money. A new studio head came in and said, kill all them black shows. Who cares how much money those shows are making us? Kill all them black shows. And they were killed. So our shows go first. So if you are a part of those communities that I mentioned, and you will love to continue to see yourself represented on TV, stand with the unions, stand with the WGA, stand with SAG-AFTRA. Elise says, so could people make content, get their Google checks, be on Bravo shows? Here is where I'm at. I'm in a pickle, right? Because I do YouTube content. I do reviews on TV shows, and I do reviews that are on networks that my union is currently boycotting right now. So I'm not quite sure what I can and cannot do as somebody who is a part of SAG. Now, if you are not a part of SAG and you want to join SAG, I would say just tread lightly with the things that you do until SAG just gives more clarity. But as for me, right now, I'm not sure what I can do with this channel. I will say that I have reached out to SAG and I have told them about my specific issue, that I am a part of the union. I am an actor. I am a SAG actor. I have been on shows. I receive residuals. I am a part of the union, but I'm also a YouTuber, right? And I also, talk about these shows on my platforms. How can I do that safely? And I'm just waiting to hear back. I'm waiting to hear back right now for my safety and to stand with my union. I am just not going to be talking about any TV content or any movie content. That just basically reviews. So I will not be reviewing any of the shows that we love just because I'm not quite sure what I can do. There has been some information released, but I just have a very specific situation and I just want a yay or nay so I can learn, so I can know what to do so that I can proceed differently with this channel. But as of right now, as of today, I have not heard back. I will not be doing any TV reviews, any reality TV reviews. I don't think that will be for too long because it's reality TV and that is safe under this strike, but it's the networks that are the issue. So I'm not quite sure where I fall in that, because even though I might be dragging a show, it's still promoting a show that's on a network that my union is boycotting. So I just have to be very careful. So until I get a very distinct and clear yay or nay from SAG, I'm just not going to be reviewing the shows that we love, which leads me to this. If you have any ideas, yes, you can put them here. I would love it if you guys could either hit me up on Instagram, or my email is in my about section. Hit me up there. Let me know the content that you would like to see moving forward. If I cannot talk about, if I cannot go back to the normal content on this channel, which is reviewing, let me know what you would like to see from me so that I can still keep this channel going, still keep you all informed, and still stay connected as much as I can while my union is striking. So again, you can put it here. It would be a lot easier if you either hit me up on Instagram, which is, if you haven't seen it, this is my Instagram. If you could just hit me up there, inbox me, let me know what you want to see, or hit me in the email in my about section, and let me know what you would like to see from me. Lifestyle with Abby also said, can studios film overseas outside the union with European and Canadian actors? These studios need severe parameters. They can. It's shady to do so. And this is going to happen a lot. So this is what the industry is going to look like while the actors and the writers are on strike. You're going to get more reality TV shows, but you're not going to get reality TV shows from your favorite reality stars who are SAG-AFTRA. So they're going to find new people who want to be on TV, who have always wanted to be on reality TV, and they are not a part of the union. What's going to happen is the studios is going to exploit that person's image and that person's talent, because they're going to sign them into contracts that both the writer and the the writer and the actors union think it's just ridiculous. It's just an evil contract, but they're going to sign these new people into these contracts because these people want to be on TV so bad. So what happens is, after the strike, after deals are made, those people are going to be banned from joining SAG-AFTRA, right? So they won't be able to work in TV after that. And then they're going to try to go back to the studios, but the studios have now made deals with the writers and the actors union. So they just can't go over the outside of those deals, because in the deal that SAG-AFTRA will absolutely make with the studios is, you cannot hire this talent that cross picket lines. And these people don't know that, right? Because they just want to be on TV. This is their dream. They want to be a part of this industry. They're going to be exploited by the studios, overworked, underpaid, and then they're going to be banned from joining the union that will absolutely protect them, because they will be considered scabs. And scabs is basically people who cross picket lines, people who have decided to work with the studios that the unions feel are taking advantage of them and will not make a favorable deal, a realistic deal. So that's what it's going to look like. It's going to be a lot of reality TV. One thing I will say, the good thing that will come out of this is there's going to be a lot of independent film projects that will have some eyes on them that they didn't in the beginning. And probably a lot of daytime shows will be getting a lot of views that they didn't get, that they have not been getting because of new media. So that's one good thing. And a lot of documentaries will finally get their due. So that's a good thing that will come out of this, because those unions are protected. Like daytime is protected, commercials are protected, independent films are protected because they're so low budget. They're protected as well. So that's the bright side to a very unfortunate situation, but that's going to be the entertainment industry for a while. A lot of your favorite award shows will probably not come back until the summer, because a lot of the award shows, especially in the fall and the winter, are focused around actors, directors, and writers. And if those people are on strike, you cannot have an award show without them. So a lot of those award shows will probably be pushed to the summer. A lot of your favorite shows, a lot of your favorite fall shows, they will not be back in the fall. You will probably see those shows in the summer. And if you don't see them in the summer, it's probably because the talent that was contracted to work those shows at that time might not be available. So a lot of your favorite shows will either get canceled or you will not see them for up to 2 years, for at least 2 years. So that is what TV and film is going to look like moving forward. A lot of unknowns that are being taken advantage of, a lot of reality TV, a lot of documentaries, a lot of independent film, and a lot of your favorite shows either being canceled or being on hold, either indefinitely or at least for 2 years. So that's what TV is going to look like moving forward. Dahlia said, how are the strikers supporting themselves while on strike? Well, there's an entertainment fund that a lot of people have signed up for. It's just because there's so many of us, it's a waiting game. It really, really is. And some people are like in dire need. Some people are getting there. But that's just one fund. So I would just say support these actors and writers who are on strike on their own personal platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, because places like YouTube monetizes the stuff that we do. TikTok monetizes the stuff that we do. Instagram really looks at, numbers for brand deals and allow those people to be able to get to a certain amount of numbers, like 10,000 or above or whatever, and are able to make brand deals that can at least hold them over and pay their rent for at least 2 months. So support those creatives outside of the TV shows that they write or star in. Dolly also says, I'm in Texas where we don't have strong union presence for strikes. I'm surprised. Well, not surprised, but I'm disappointed that Texas doesn't have that. I understand why Texas wouldn't have that, but that is how you can support the creatives. JL said, let us know how we can support you in this much needed moment. Well, same for me. That's why I asked what you guys want to see. I don't just want to come up here and just be like, hey guys, it's a really hard day for me. Can you send me your Cash App? No, that's not what we're doing. I want to still be able to create content that you want to see, right? I just at this moment cannot talk about, cannot go back to the old format that this show used to be not too long ago. So please let me know what you want to see from me so I can come on here and actually, give you something that you want to consume, give you content that you want to consume. Please support me here on YouTube. Likes and views really help this channel grow, and that really helps me monetize here. Please support me over on TikTok. My TikTok is Nikki.Star. Here that is. Please support me over there. Those views really help your girl. Oh, hold on. Those views really help your girl, as well as over on Instagram. And because those are the places that I'm going to be for now until this strike is over. So support me there, but let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you want to see. Johnny's acting channel. Thank you so much for the super chat. Johnny said, hi, beautiful. Just want you to know I support you and SAG and the WGA and everyone involved. I want better treatment and pay for y'all. Enough is enough. I love you all. Thank you so much, Johnny. Busola, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you. JMT, thank you so much for the super chat. JMT said, I'm driving right now, but I wanted to support just a little. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And guys, your support does not have to be monetary. A view, a share, a like, that helps me tremendously. Raydell, thank you so much for the super chat. Raydell and Augustini's cousin. So what is a good resource for us to stay updated as instructions on how to support the strike are given, when to cancel subscriptions, SAG after, hold on, I have it right here. Hold on. I was just looking at this website. I'm going to post it in the comments here. Here is where you can get all the information concerning this SAG strike. And SAG will be posting here daily. It's sagafterstrike.org. Let me know if you guys see it. I just posted it. It's sagafterstrike.org. Thank you, Roy Dale and Albastine's cousin, for the super chat. So here is where you can go to get all the information that you need concerning, well, not all, it's still, the website is still very new. Again, they were not expecting this. So just, as they continue to update it, that's where most of the current information will be. Hopefully it doesn't get to the point where they're asking you to cancel your subscriptions. But if that call is made, please stand with us. Got another super chat. Antoinette, thank you so much, Antoinette. Antoinette said, we support and understand. Get your dues, queen. Way to stand with the union. Thank you so much, Antoinette. I'm going to put this back up. Now I'm going to hop into the live comments. I'm going to try to answer as much as I can. Lifestyle with Abby said $70,000 annually in Atlanta. The second Hollywood isn't what it used to be 5 to 10 years ago. This is coming from a woman without children on the outskirts of the city. 70,000 isn't much at all for a fam. It just isn't. It really, really isn't. Like, it's Inconceivable. Inconceivable. Um, hey, Kai. Kai said, hello, Star fam. Thank you, Nikki, for sharing your experience and educating us on the issues and how to help. Thank you so much for being here. Drewski said, it really is nonsense how little all of you are asking for and how little it will affect these executives, and still they refuse it despite the writers and actors even making them that money. Like, we're asking for thousands and they're making billions. It's crazy. Absolutely evil. Absolutely evil. Now I want us to start asking for billions. Now I'm angry. Now I'm like, let's just get billions out of them. Let's just do it. Yes, JMT, it's constantly getting sold and moved around. I also feel like drag race is also being moved around because with each new hire, like each new CEO, I think drag race stays where it is as long as the CEO is comfortable with that community. And I don't think the CEO is. That's why Drag Race is constantly moved around. It's an Emmy Award winning show, and they still do not. And they're on a Friday night. An Emmy Award winning show is on a Friday night. Oh, I got another Cash App. Thank you so much, Tracy, for the cat. Oh, Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. Oh my God, you're so sweet. Thank you so much, Tracy, for the Star. The Star family supports you. Thank you, guys. It's been a day. Trivia Thomas, thank you so much for the Cash App. Missy V, thank you for the Cash App. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, fam. That one Shah says, so for the writers, would they be able to pivot and write books, or is that not allowed? Absolutely. 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 But at this point, when you're striking, just no promotion. Now, if you are a creative, you can absolutely collab. Like right now, a lot of actors and writers are collabing. Like right now, a lot of people were on the picket lines together, and we're just talking like, how can we work together, right? Let's cut out the studios and let us all start working together. What can we do? So collaborations are great. I would say if you are a writer, if you are an actor, if you're a writer, work on that script, get that script up and ready to go, because it's going to be a new industry. It's going to be a more profitable industry, and it's going to be a more inclusive industry. So have your stuff ready to go. For the actors, build your platforms. Build your platforms right now. Listen, I'm going to be on my Zoom. Y'all going to see me here a lot. Speaking of that, I'm going to switch my times around. So I'm going to do afternoon lives and then evening lives, because sometimes I'm going to be at the picket lines in the daytime, in the early afternoon, and then sometimes I'm going to be in the late afternoon. So whatever day that I pick, just please follow me here or on Instagram, and I'll let you know the days that I'm going to actually go on live, because I just need to plan out my times, because we're also in a heat wave. Me, the girl who can't take heat, striking in a heat wave. Child, keep me in your prayers. But have your stuff ready to go. Collab as much as you can. The people have the power. Isn't it? Isn't it? Everybody is talking about how Jonas Awful is so freaking prophetic. No. Never mind. But that show on that streaming service, wow. Blue Jay said, do you think influencers, models, YouTubers are finally going to get a union? Now is the time to organize. I meant to look at that Tarte trip situation. It absolutely is the time for them to unionize. This is the thing. Creating a union is very difficult. Very, very difficult. Look at what's happening right now with Starbucks. Oh my goodness, Gracelyn, thank you so much. Gracelyn, such a girl of Venmo. Thank you, Gracelyn. Put your government out there. Thank you, Miss Gigi. Said, we love you. You have blessed us in so many ways. Love you too. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Gigi. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult to do it, but they need it. They absolutely need it because if you're a creative, at the end of the day, if especially if you're creative, you're going to need a union. Here is why. You just want to create, your head is in the clouds. You just want to, put your content out there, interact with your audience, interact with your audience. You are not, thinking about, you know, stealing money at the end of the day, basically stealing and scamming and like scamming people for content. And you're just not thinking about that. But the people who have these platforms are absolutely they are doing that. So yeah, you guys need a union. You guys need a union. I think a union is coming, but just know it's going to be very difficult. And the people at the forefront who start the union, keep them in your prayers and ride for them because they are going to go through it. Through it. Love Like You Are said, I wonder if there could be a strike within the music industry. It's coming. The music industry desperately needs a union, and I believe that it's forming. If songwriters and producers, from the songwriters and producers, because I know they are not making much from Spotify and Apple Music, I think that's coming. I think that's coming. Dahlia said, I'm curious to know how streaming services are actually making a profit. I mean, there's only so many subscriptions they can take. How do they pay royalties? They don't. They don't. That's what's happening. Like, it's just so new. Like, when Netflix started, everybody just started copying Netflix. And there's just no regulations on it. So there's been no cap. So they're just able to do whatever they want. So not only are they making money off of the subscribers, now they've introduced ads. So major companies are paying them millions of dollars to play their ads on all of the platforms, on whatever platform you consume their content. So on your computer, on your TV, on your cell phone, on your Apple Watch, wherever you do that, these companies are paying these streaming services to do that while they're making money from your subscriptions, while they're making money from selling content to each other. So they're the only ones making money, not the creatives who have brought the people to their platform. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And they also don't pay royalties if it's their content, which is why a lot of studios created their own streaming service. Blue Jay, I do. I think so because indie movies are going to be basically the only thing that could, aside from commercials and soap operas, are going to be the only thing that you can really work at this time. So they're probably going to get a lot of talent that they did not expect. And they're going to get a lot of visibility because nothing else is, being filmed right now. So they're absolutely going to make a resurgence. And that's great for them. That's great for them. It sucks for everybody else, but it's good that those, that the little guy is starting to get some eyes on them. I think there was a question about studios filming overseas. I think I partially answered it. I'm thinking about it again, so I don't think I fully answered it. What I wanted to say with that is that a lot of studios and streaming services are going to go overseas to get, this is no shade to the talent over there. I'm just saying this is how you're referred to, cheap labor, right? Basically meaning a lot. What was that helicopter, that ghetto bird over my home? A lot of these places where they're filming don't have unions and don't have very strict guidelines like SAG-AFTRA. So they're going to start outsourcing a lot of shows, a lot of talent. Listen, there's going to be people globally who are going to finally get eyes on them, but at what cost, right? Because at the end of the day, America, Los Angeles, and New York City, entertainment meccas. And what's going to happen is that those international actors who would not have had eyes on them had it not been for this unfortunate time, are going to be banned from working in the United States. Now, you don't have to work in the US, right? You don't have to, you could probably just be a star where you're at. But if you want the money, if you want the global attention that gets you booked and busy, you want to work here. You want to work in this market. And this market is unionized. So it's unfortunate, but that's what's going to happen. We're going to see a lot of people, a lot of new faces, a lot of international faces, and they're all going to be taken advantage of. Eva said, it's so sad and evil. The studios would rather people go broke than to meet and agree to fairer terms. Here is why. They're not going broke. They're making billions of dollars a year. They're fine. Millions and billions of dollars a year. They're fine. So they don't care. They will allow you to starve. Like, if I'm bringing in, if I just made in this quarter, if I just made $3.6 billion, I'm good. I can sit here while you starve. The thing is, the studios, when they start to lose money, the people that start getting fired, when they start to lose enough money to make them want to move, the people who start getting fired are the ones who are sitting on all that money. And you're only able to sit on that money if you're able to deliver. So I don't know what contract them big wigs signed, but I don't think it was written in stone. Let me get some newer comments. Denard said, I'm so sorry, Nikki. I have so many friends who are in the union, and this is not cool. AI and not being honest about what the real numbers are, to not give y'all fair pay is not okay. They don't want to get the real numbers because they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay. They don't want to say, oh, 3.6 million people watch this show, right? Because then they're calculating the residuals, because the residual contract is the same as the TV and film contract. And streaming services, which is considered new media, don't want that contract, because if they take that contract, then they're not making $3.6 billion in a quarter. It might drop down to $1 billion, but because that other 2.6 or whatever has to go to residuals, and they don't want to do that. So, the feds have already gotten involved at this point. Who knows? I don't know that people won't start getting caught up on RICO charges. Lord knows what's about to happen, but it's just unfair. And because it's not regulated, they're just able to do whatever and make so much money because it's new media. The industry just does not know what to do with it yet. But they're making all of this money, and people are starring in these shows and not receiving anything. Something has to happen, and it has to happen now. Yeah, you will never see any of these streaming services go to 6 episodes, 6 seasons or whatever like that. They will never get to 100 episodes. Nobody wants to pay that syndication coin. Nobody wants to pay that syndication coin. Drewski said, it is really nonsense how little all of you are asking. Oh, I got this one. I got JMT. Simply Simone, let me send you the link to join in, because I was on a panel that Simply Simone set up yesterday, and we were talking about that too. And we were talking about what's happening in the industry right now and all of the strikes with YouTubers and TikTokers. And I wanted her to come on and just talk about the situation a bit, because it was a really good conversation. All right. I sent it to you, Simply Simone. Let me know when you are ready to join in. Nancy said, Nikki, you have been a light for all of us. You are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. I try. Danya said, we just finished a striking union agreement at my job. Execs are unbelievably unfair and aloof. Keep hope alive. Well, they're scammers. They're making so much money. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Laura, for the Venmo. Laura said, strike, strike, strike. I know that's right. Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. Well, see, this is the thing. They're so greedy. They make so much money, and they know that their job will be safe. They'll find ways to cripple the company. And by crippling the company, that means they'll fire the little guys. So they think, right? You all of a sudden you won't have a janitor, right? Because the janitor is not necessary. Then the building starts to fall apart because there's nobody really. I'll simply someone is here. There's nobody really taking care of the building. Then all of a sudden you think, oh, you know what? We don't need an office manager. Then stuff starts falling apart because now all of these jobs that were needed are now put on other people. So they're not doing their job. They're being crippled in their situation. They're frustrated. Now they're wanting more money. And what do when they're asked for more money? You get rid of them, then you hire in temps because you got rid of those people. You don't have to pay those salaries and you don't have to pay insurance for those people. Now you got temps doing it. And when the temps get to a certain day where you either have to hire them or get them insurance, you fire them and you bring in more temps. But those big wigs still keep their money and they do it in every industry. That's why every industry that has a union is striking. That's why there should not be an industry. I don't know about anywhere else, but there should not be an industry in the United States of America that does not have a union. Not in a capitalist nation. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Busola said, it seems that the execs don't understand that creativity from the artist is the engine that creates the value that turns a DVD service program into a streaming giant like Netflix. This is the thing, because they're all rich kids, right? They are these Harvard rich kids who went to Harvard but really didn't go to Harvard, just went to Harvard for the name and for the connections, who are running these studios, but they are not educated, period. And they're not educated in this industry. And they are just making these financial decisions that benefits them, but does not benefit the network in the long run. It's the same thing that's happening with politics, right? Like everybody was just like, why in the hell is this freaking reality TV star running the nation? Well, that reality TV star is running the nation because that reality TV star was able to put in three of the most incompetent Supreme Court judges in America to make decisions to roll back all of the progress that was happening. And this progress that was happening was benefiting the middle and the working class people and diverse people. And these people are so rich, they don't understand that the middle class, if the working class, if people are not comfortable, they start looking up. It's very smart to just make sure everybody is comfortable so they don't start asking questions, so they don't start talking and having conversations, so you don't start reaching across the aisle and realizing that you have the same problem and the same common enemy. They're stupid. Look at Florida. That man don't know what he's doing. Yes, he was voted in, right? Because all these politicians do is lie. But yes, he was voted in. But look at all these decisions that he is making. Look at how he's crippling that state. They do not have the wisdom. They do not have the education. They do not have the relationships or experience to make the decisions that they are making. And here is where we're at. A nationwide labor strike, because the people who do know what the hell they're doing are frustrated and tired. It's better to make sure that everybody is comfortable so they don't look at you doing all the scheming and scamming that you're doing. But we're here now. I'm going to get three more and then I'm going to bring up Simply Simone. Dr. M said, yeah, here in the UK, everyone is striking. Yep. Just got an update email that transport was striking on certain days again. I know that's right. We have pilots striking. Pilots! It's great. Give them people what they want. It's crazy that pilots even have to strike. Christina said reality TV people need to be in a union too because they are being taken advantage of financially as well. Well, this is what happens if you're on TV for far too many times. Like I think for me, my second TV appearance I had to join SAG. So my first TV appearance, I was non-union, and baby, I ain't received nothing from that. I see that freaking show all the time. I never tell anybody about it because I ain't making no money from it. But my second TV appearance, because I was going to be in several episodes, SAG was like, oh no, you got to join the union. And they literally said, you cannot step on set unless you join this union. And I was like talking to everybody on the show. I was just like, but you guys hired me. They was like, well, yeah, but we're in contracts with SAG. So if you are not SAG, then you can't do this job. And I was like, are you kidding me? Thank God I joined the damn union. I'm still eating off that TV show. The first one that I did, I ain't seen nothing from that. Nothing. So that's what's going to happen. So non-union people do have a union. It's SAG-AFTRA. Let me get. I got a super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, Tony. Tony said, wish I could send a cash app to cut off the middleman YouTube. But I'm here supporting you, standing with you all the way here in Canada. Thank you so much. Let's bring up Simply Simone. Hey!
Today's been a day, girl. Today's been a day.
Yeah, it's crazy. What's going on with you? Tell the people all you know, and especially speak to content creators.
Okay, so today we are currently trying to figure out what the protocol is for us as content creators, specifically content creators that make content surrounding TV and movie-related content, basically everything being put up by the studios. We're trying to figure out that. In the last 24 hours, there's been so much information like put out. People who have direct, contact with SAG through email, people who have, connection with people who have contact with SAG through that. So we're trying to figure out what's going on. Hopefully SAG puts something out in writing, because a lot of us don't know how to proceed, basically. Basically for people asking, what this means for content creators. Essentially, with now that both unions are on strike, we are going to be approached by studios as a alternative, in their case a cheaper alternative, because essentially when it comes to content creators, we get treated like dirt. We aren't taken seriously, even though we do make content that promotes these projects and gets them views. So essentially, they're going to be approaching us to attend premieres, to promote their projects, take paid ads and partnerships. Now, right now, we're trying to figure out if this falls under scab or not scabbing, considering we're not, we're non-union, basically. As of right now, I'm going to tread lightly because I do want to join the union later down in my career. And I am not going to be posting any content regarding studio projects. I am treading lightly right now, even though there could be a gray area, it could be a loophole. I'm looking at this from a PR standpoint because essentially I know my audience. Even if I'm like in the clear by SAG, they're still going to look to creators to stand with the unions. I'm standing with the union. I've talked to my publicist about this morning. We had a long conversation because essentially the plan that we had for this quarter, we now got to pivot that. We got to pivot that. So that way, when it comes to me joining the union at some point, I'm not messing up my chances. Also, for a lot of people wondering what's going to happen next, a lot of stuff was pre-planned by the studios. That's why you're going to see a lot of trailers dropping, a lot of interviews with press dropping. They have to put a disclaimer saying, hey, this was filmed and recorded before the strike has started, because if they don't include that could be considered scabbing on the journalist front or the network's front, whatever news network is putting that out. So essentially, it is just currently we're trying to find out what's going on and what to do.
It's also new. So what Simply Simone and I are doing is just saying, you know what? Until we get clear answers, like a clear yay or nay, and you can do this and you can't do that, we're staying away. SAG just came out today and said, well, you still can do cameo. So actors can still do cameo. but we didn't know that we could do that yesterday. We just found out today that cameos is something that we can do. I have a cameo, I'm available, but that's something that we can do and still, be safe with the union. So I feel like every day they're going to come out with new
Yeah.
things because SAG just did not expect to be in this position. That's why Fran Drescher was so emotional because he really thought we were going to get a deal, and he felt played because they asked for an extension, but it was just so that they could promote the last summer movies, which is Barbie and Oppenheimer. It wasn't so that they could make a deal with SAG.
Oh yeah, those 2 weeks they were doing so much to prep for this strike. I followed so many actors. So many of them were either doing virtual interviews, they're press. A lot of my friends that are, entertainment journalists, they have been, sitting down with actors back to back to back, and essentially are sitting on so much content that they are going to put out over the next month because they filmed so much in advance.
Yeah.
Studios knew that the strikes were coming.
Yeah. Yep. That's why a lot of these movies doesn't come out till, February 2024.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that now? Because that's how long they're anticipating. Just, better safe than sorry that we're going to be on a strike.
Absolutely. And especially support your creatives during this time. A lot of people are trying to pivot their content. Some don't have the opportunity or the privilege to pivot their content. So it's very important to support them. In any way, watch past previous content, especially it's monetized on YouTube, on TikTok. Definitely donate to any mutual aids that are available. I'm trying to see if, creators can put together a mutual aid because for everybody we need to figure out something because the content is going to be dry for a while.
Yep. So this is the thing. I will say all hope is not lost, right? Because one thing that the writers and the actors do have is we do have a lot of support from other unions as well as from consumers of our content. Fans, the subscribers, the followers, you guys are really showing a lot of support and love. Thank you so much. Another thing that we have is that although these studios are putting out old content or stuff that they were holding, they don't have enough. They don't have enough for a year. They don't even have enough for a season. And even if they do want to bring up something new, it's still risky because they don't know if you will consume that content. Right. So we do have a leg up in that is that we do have audience loyalty. We have union support as well. And we also have what works in our favor is the fact that they don't know how to create content. They don't know how to put shows together. They hire people to do those things, and those people are on strike.
Yep.
So all hope is not lost. We got some stuff in our arsenal.
Yes. So I definitely want to add on that, especially with the fall TV season. A lot of them, and this is kind of like the way I see it. I remember when you would do the Bachelorette reviews and how the studios would have to compete with outside.
Yep.
The studios this fall would have to compete with everything essentially outside. Because yes, everybody's back to work, back to school. They're expecting their fall TV shows to be coming back. They're expecting that because they're going to be inside, but also they're going to be outside because listen, fall is here. Fall is coming. Also concert season's happening. Everybody going outside for that. So essentially, if their favorite show's not on, they can go to a concert that's stopping by in town. So yeah. Musical artists are going to be benefiting, to a capacity. But essentially, like you said, these studios don't know if they're going to consume the content. ABC cannot run a full reality TV schedule for the fall.
Yeah.
That is not going to work. Also, definitely the outreach, the information people are able to give through social media is definitely helping in regards to people being aware of what's going on, how they can support the writers and the actors at this time. I want to talk about actors who are, transitioning to TikTok. I know it's scary. It's scary. Listen, we love y'all. We know what's going on. We're going to open arms. Okay. We're welcome to the family of love. We're going to welcome you to the family of love. If y'all need any ideas on content, honestly, and you can spread the word to your fellow actors, informational videos about the strike is great. Vlog content about, you striking is great. If you want to pivot to a side of TikTok, that's, really interests you, you like cooking TikTok or like aesthetic TikTok or like book talk, there are plenty of options where you can pivot because it's going to grow a following to the point where you get to that certain benchmark of followers, you qualify for the creator fund. That is
what's that benchmark?
the benchmark, I believe, is the last time I checked was probably around I think probably around like 10,000. But
Okay.
that's like an easy, growth. A lot of people get to that in a matter of, a few weeks, a few months. So during the strike, you can definitely grow that following to where you get to that benchmark of 10K, you can start earning from your videos.
Yeah.
Because the algorithm, it's always, you never know how it's going to go. But you can have that one viral video that'll make you enough money to basically cover your rent. Those were some instances for me when I first started earning in the Creator Fund. I was now able to, leave retail, ain't never going back.
Amen.
Earn something for myself, not only to take care of my bills, but also to treat myself and take care of myself. So definitely take the time during this, these strikes to build your page, build your content, build your following to the point where, brands look at you and they want to give you those partnerships. Because listen, those brand partnerships, they're good money. They'll hold you over for a good bit. Honestly, the last one I did, my first one, I can't even remember which one it was. It was for, I think it was a makeup company. I did that one, and that was enough to not only cover 2 months rent, but also take myself out to LA for a weekend. That was really something I've never expected. But once I got to that benchmark following, I was able to do that for myself. So put yourself out there on TikTok, explore. If you need any content ideas, I'm making a whole little series on my page tomorrow to help out the actors and writers and anyone else trying to pivot content, especially.
Simone, tell me your TikTok.
Oh, my TikTok is the same username as here, simply Simone.
Okay. I'm also going to put that in the description box, guys. Simone has just been on it. Simone has been on it.
People got
informed. Very informed about everything.
Listen, everybody, I don't know how I was made the unofficial strike correspondent. I just posted a video.
Trustworthy, so people just trust you.
Like, honestly, I have been, getting questions all day. I've already, been requested for like 2 interviews. So I'm just like, oh, okay. I guess we're here.
Yeah, we're here. We're here. All right, guys. So I'm sorry. I got a rehearsal to get to because I'm booking theater. Thank the Lord.
Listen, girl, working. All that matters.
Listen, we got to do what we got to do.
Yep.
So I'm going to get my last super chats. Then I'm going to answer some questions. Me and Simone are going to answer some questions. And then I'm going to get out of here and go to rehearsal. So Tony, thank you so much for the super chat. Tony said, oh, I got this one. I wish I could send the cash app. Thank you so much, Tony, for that one. DM Rock said, hey, did you hear about the physical fight between Wendy's friend and Deborah?
Oh, that video.
Yeah, I did, but I can't say nothing. What I will say, a mess.
A mess.
A mess. That thing is going.
We are.
It's yeah, this is where we are. That thing is going down the gutter. It's very unfortunate. But I knew when that first incident happened.
Yeah.
Would be.
I literally thought of you when I saw that video. I was like, oh, here we go again. Part 2.
This would be the temperature of that thing. Kayla said, as a former teacher, this is your dream. Strike for your monies, honey. Thank you so much, Kayla. Thank you for the super chat. Drewski said, as a blue voting Floridian, D-Satan is a menace. And idiot is what it is. Praying for you guys in Florida. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Drewski. Momi said, I missed some of what you said, Nikki. Reality TV stars who are not SAG actors will be banned from becoming SAG actors after the strike is over. Yes. If you work a show that SAG, if you work a show on a network that SAG is currently picketing and boycotting, you are considered a scab, and that is someone who crosses picket lines, and SAG will write your name. The SAG will compile a list of people who they know are crossing picket lines and ban them from joining the union. So that is absolutely going to happen, because it was different in 2007 because reality TV was not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was created out of the strike, birthed during the strike. Now that there is an awareness of what is happening, you are willingly crossing a picket line. So SAG is absolutely going to ban those people from joining. And it's when that happens, another historic.
That'd be a crazy time.
I don't want to be a part of it. Dolly says, so Nikki, what you're saying is Bollywood and Nollywood actors are about to clean up. No, not the brown people, not the black and brown people.
They're not gonna let us. They're not gonna let
not them. But the Europeans will. The Europeans will. Yeah, support the K dramas as much as you can, but yeah, they're going to go for them last.
Yeah.
Princess said, what if one studio does make a deal with the union and the other don't? Would you be able to work with them? If that happens, yes, but that's not going to happen. The studios are their own union. They're going to stick together. They are always coming to the table as a unit. So that's just not going to happen. If somebody does break it, monumental, historic, but that just never happens. Blue Jay says, do you think more money will be at a high for content creators? Absolutely. Simone, do you want to take that?
Yes. So in regards to content creators, the studios will approach them. And the thing is, it goes back to what Nikki says, they're going to take advantage of people who are vulnerable, who have, not had experience, who want to get into this industry, who want to, get earnings. And they are aware of the current creator economy. Because of the recession, the main thing that's getting cut in these companies, these brands, is marketing, meaning the brand budget collaborations are being cut. So they're going to approach creators with no team, no representation, no awareness of the business side of things. They're going to approach them to work with them. Now, I would advise you to basically go after whatever, amount of dollar that you want, because the studios have the money. Trust me, they have the money. Definitely go with that. If you are not trying to be SAG affiliated after this, when it comes to, whether or not you do want to be in SAG, what the protocol is whenever that's put out, I would say tread lightly.
Yeah.
And, respectfully decline in support of the writers and, SAG, and fall back on the earnings you're getting from the platform where you are creating your content.
Now, as someone who is a part of SAG, I will say do not do it until SAG has, even if you want to join the union or not, I would say do not do it until SAG has given us clear, a clear go ahead, or yay, or like I said before, a clear yay or no. I would say do not do it. Here is why. Even if you do not want to join the union, you are going to be forced to join the union if you decide to take any TV, any new media content. If you want to do anything of that nature, you're going to be forced to join SAG, especially with commercials and that as well. Commercials, new media, film, TV. You might want to do that, and because I think a lot of people are thinking, oh, well, SAG is for actors. SAG is for people who are appearing on TV, film, new media, and in commercials. So you could be somebody who is an expert at talking about Teletubbies, right? You have no aspirations of being an actor, but you are always called when people want to speak about a certain form of media. They want you on this platform. If you are banned from working with the union, you can't get on that platform. You can't do new media. You can't do film. You can't do even if you're appearing as yourself. So it's not just actors, it's you appearing as yourself. If it's film, TV, new media, or commercials, you are banned. So I would just wait until there is clarity about what you can do as a content creator. And I think I'm not the only one badgering SAG. I know there are a lot of people who are actors and content creators as well, content creators who want to join the union, content creators who are a part of the union, who are asking the same question. And I expect for us to have clarity by, if not by the end of next week, the middle of next week, because we're all asking the same question. So just to be safe, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. There's one thing I wanted to ask you, Nikki, because one of my mutuals brought this up. I know it said that actors are not allowed on award shows. Does that include like possible like award shows not involving acting, like presenting at like the Grammys or like the Video Music Awards? Does that fall in the category that they can go?
Well, that does fall in the category of what they could. This is the thing. They can, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you just don't want to do it.
Right.
Because you are still in a way promoting something. And
right.
You are known by what you have done in the film and TV industry. Mm-hmm. So you can go to a music or award show, right? But what are you going to go there and do and or say?
Mm-hmm.
Can't say anything, you can't do anything, you can't get any kind of promotion of anything. So it's a waste of time. And then it also is shady. So there's no wording about not doing it. It's just shady if you do. And you just don't want to rock the boat.
Right.
You just don't want to rock the boat. Tia Bia says, but they can, but it's just, you just probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Tia says, because the thing about it is, if you're at this award show, why are you at this award show and Viola Davis is picking in front of WB? So you just create those kind of problems for yourself, and you just shouldn't. Tia Bia said, oh man, that means no love during lockup reviews. Yeah. Oh, can I even say the name? Jesus, I'm scared. Yeah, I can't. Listen, I asked them for clarity. I'll either come on here and say, yep, I can't do it, or this is how I can. So I'm just getting clarity and we will see. But as for right now, no. I got you guys. I got your recommendations. Thank you so much. Tori said, time to bring Mama Star out of timeout. Absolutely. How about a book review? Yes, I have 2 books that I actually want to talk to you guys about. So yeah, absolutely, we'll be doing a book club. Simply Simone has got me onto book talk. So
listen, the book recs are coming. Book recs are coming.
Will be there. So I got all of you guys information. Before I close out, I do want to say this. I don't feel comfortable with doing true crime. I remember, thank you so much, Tracy, for the suggestion. But I just want to talk about that. I just don't feel comfortable doing it. I saw some creator do a form of true crime, but I don't know. I just didn't feel comfortable with it. So that kind of changed my opinion on not only doing true crime here, but also consuming true crime content. So I'm pretty much staying out of that lanes. But I see a lot of hot topic stuff. I see a lot of stuff with Mama Star. I see a lot of cooking stuff. So absolutely going to do that. And before I close out, Simply Simone, do you want to say anything?
Pretty much support creatives, support all the creatives during this time. And it's going to be a long fight, a long summer, a possibly long fall. And it's going to be a lot. Just support us any way you can.
Yeah. Tracy, thank you so much for the super chat. Tracy said, what would you like to do with the channel? Can we rewatch old content with you live? Baby, the spider live will go down.
I'm gonna go back and watch that.
Yes, please go back and watch all my old reviews on both my channels here at NikkiStar TV and NikkiStar at Home. That will really help me bring in some revenue. Tracy, thank you much for the super chat. Simply Simone, thank you for joining me. Star family, thank you. Of course. I would love to have you on here more often. We'll talk about it. Definitely. But Star family, thank you so much. This is a weird time. Like I said in the beginning, we keep on living through historic events together.
And like I said last night, this is not how I wanted to go for my 20s. How I wanted my 20s to be.
This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But thank you all so much for the support. I will be coming on here more often because I have time. But again, it'll probably be at different times, either early in the morning or late in the afternoon, early evening, because I will be striking throughout the day. But again, thank you so much. Keep me in your prayers. Keep the unions in your prayers. Stand with the union. When please make sure you I thought I had it pinned. You check out the SAG website, the SAG-AFTRA strike.org website. Check that out. They will be posting their SAG-AFTRA strike.org. They will be posting their daily and just updating everyone about how you can support and what you can do to help us on this during this strike season, this nationwide strike season. Thank you all again. I got to get out of here to rehearsal. I'll be able to give you guys a better schedule starting Sunday. So check back here, and I'm going to compile a list of things that you guys suggested, and then we're going to go from there. Thank you all so much. Love you, and I'll see you soon for something else.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.